Hello, it's Rose from Wild Rose Bohemian. I'm the artist and the creative mind behind our family-owned, multi-generational business here. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much for liking and for subscribing. I can't believe what happened with the last video I did. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your subscribes. And thank you so much for the support. You have no idea how inspiring that is for me to continue to create and find ways to share with you. Our main goal, our main passion is creating things that inspire others to really delve into and own their creativity. I'm going to start just by sharing a little bit here with, this is still the blue shabby chic French collection of papers and things like that. And this will, I'm kind of winding up with this. I still need to do the cover, but I have put the signatures into the journal, and I'm just in the process of decorating it at the moment, adding in the special things. But today I really want to talk to you about text. How to use text and font and words and numbers and things like that in your journal. I'm going to give you a few quick examples that are my favorite. And then we're going to do a short tutorial on how to make my favorite ephemera with the words. So I'll just show you a few things here. So I like to include fonts and words that I really love. I particularly love this stuff from the 19th century in Paris. Really enjoy that time of era, so often I choose things that have that word. Here's some more here. It's mostly because I'm fascinated as an artist with the font and the way the fonts look. Love to tuck sentiments into the pockets that are ones that are printed on different paper. Again, another example of using a different font. That's from that era. Just cut out of ephemera or old pieces of ephemera from that I like. Same thing by using bits and pieces. These are just torn pieces of font that I like from one of my French invoices collection. I use that here when I design these pockets. Here's a dictionary page. Really love to use that. I think this page is, yeah, it's the Toile de Joie. That's in French. Loved this font. This right here, it's probably in my top 4 or 5 ways to use text, but most of our words or sentiments that I make come in a sheet that looks like this. The format is like this, 2-sided, a double page. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, something like this. And it's made that way so that what you can do is actually place it as a page inside of your journal. That way, if you gift it to someone who's creating the journal and making it theirs, has sentiments for them to grab quickly. I also love the way that it looks visually. I'd like to include little sentiments that evoke some sort of emotion. Little spots where, again, for the person who might have the journal, words here. I think this here, yeah, here's the one way. This is a little zine. This zine has words that the journal owner could cut out or rip out as they're decorating the journal. And stuck in there also. Sometimes journal cards. Love journal cards that have sentiments or words. There's another journal card like that. for an advertisement where I love the font. A lot of these pages are designed that way, looking at the font or the wording. Let's see. I think that's probably all in the journal that I want to show you, because I want to really get to the point of the tutorial. But here's another way to use those pages that are often included. You would just glue here. What this is done is the sheet is just folded in half. The top part is folded, and we just make a tip in like this. If you don't want to make it a whole journal page, you include. Yeah. Okay. So my actually very favorite type of ephemera with words happen to be these little, I guess they're, I don't know if they're a notebook or a lace card. I'm not sure what you'd call it, but it's like a little notebook. You can make a matchbook the same way, but I just put the sentiments in here that are kind of ready to go, where I might cut them out or rip them out. And then I just tuck them into the journal, just like I would a tag or some other bit of ephemera. Here's another one. So if that is something that you would like to make, come join me. Hi. Okay, so we're making some, they're like lace cards. That's where I got the idea from. I'm sure something like this has been done before. I have no idea. I've never seen it before, but nothing is really ever an original idea, I guess. But these are, could be like a notebook. You could also make a matchbook with these in them, but they're just like the sentiments ready to go to kind of cut out and put in your journal, or the journal that's being gifted or purchased or whatever. And then the ephemera is tucked into a pocket. Here's another example. That's what we're making. I've gone ahead and created the base of one for time's sake, and this has been a 3x6 paper. What I've just done is made sure it was double-sided, and then I've done a lot of kind of distressing, inking. Really like the look of something that is old. And if that's not your look, then that's probably not going to be part of your process. But I prepared it with the decorations and things that I wanted to create to make it an individual piece that goes with the aesthetic that I'm creating. I've also added a sentiment, and then I cut the edges here so that it looked like a lace card. See that there, and just added a ruffled edge. You could use one of your corner punches to create a fancy or fun corner on the edge. You could also put rivets in this and tie some ribbon through the top, or this one's secured with staples the way a lace card would be. This one just has a tab that's glued to the top. So you can get creative with the top half. So think about that as you create your base. The other thing I've done is got together quite a few different papers that I think are probably going to go here, but I'm not positive. So I'm just going to show you how I build up the paper pad. I'm going to pay special attention to the flap here and how far down it goes. And so the pages that I have selected and glued sentiments too. I've cut the sentiment out of the paper, and then I've glued the sentiment onto a leftover paper strip like this. I get a lot of these because this is often on one side will have the copyright information, and then, but I've used this side, place the sentiment on a piece of paper like this. So I've cut the sentiment out, right? And I put it on a piece of paper like this and glued it to book page, and then something else so that it is actually easy to place in this notebook and maybe rip off when I'm ready to use it. I'm going to pay attention, like I said, to the flap and then where it lands down here, because I don't want to cover up too much of my decorative edge. So for me, I think I need to remove just a little bit of this, the top of this, so it doesn't cover the decorative edge too much. Oops. This really actually could have torn it because I want it to look a little bit rustic. So measuring right about like that. Okay, so that's good. I printed up some French script on linen paper. It's probably my very favorite way to print French documents is on like linen paper that you would print a resume on. And this is a cream color. You can see that it's not white, and so it makes it with an extra shabby kind of feel to it. Okay, so I'm going to want the script to show. Oh, I should have thought about that a little more. We'll put it on that side. So I'm going to kind of want this, pay attention to this edge here, and then how long there. Get this edge off. I should have waited to ink. I seem to be ink happy. So, because I can't do too much of it, but you can see I can kind of get a ballpark idea here. Of the page that I'm going to need here. Yep. Okay. Just a little more ink here. I think I'm going to make this the base. I get most of the papers I want to use, I think, narrowed down and just make sure they're about the right height and then I'll organize them. So this one is probably a good height. I'm going to use this piece here. Just make sure it's about the right height. Yep. And then I'm going to also ink up the edges. Notice the big space that I've left there, so that there's plenty of space to go underneath the flap. Here's another way the words come. It's probably a good length. Space here. Just checking the length here really quick. Okay. I'm also going to include some text that I've cut out of ephemera I like, and I think I'm gonna, I love these little banners, especially love to make some with a hole in it, and I haven't done that yet today, but I love to do that and then put that diamond, I forget what it's called, it's a clear gel that goes on the top to make it a tag. I think I'm gonna maybe probably use something like that there. Yeah, I think those are the page. We'll see. Maybe I'll be able to get this in too. Okay, so they're pretty much ready to go as far as, oh, maybe. Okay, I'm going to have to make some decisions because I like this too. Since they're all pretty much prepared, they're inked, they're cut to the right size. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my arrangement. Wondering, glue this down and see what happens. Because I am not sure where it's going to go, but I actually really like the way that looks. So it's just a flap. It's going to fold over one of the edges here. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm paying attention to this edge here. I'm going to pay attention to where these edges meet there so that they're not exactly the same. I want some more ink on the place that this meets. I may need to really smooth that out. Just look for my bone folder. Okay. Yep. Again, I'm a happy inker. Okay. Yes. Let's see what happens with this piece. And on this one, I'm paying attention to a couple of things. I'm paying attention to how these meet all down here, and then as well as on the side. Oh, I left this edge rough, but this edge is not torn. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can tear that a little bit. I really like the way the torn edge looks. I use my scissors an awful lot. Oh, not sure about that. Now I'm going to have to even that out a little bit. More ink. So mostly right now I'm paying attention to the edges and the bottom here and on the side. I may need to stick some more. Yeah, I might like that, like that. And see, you can kind of see these poking down. Maybe like that. Not sure if I'm going to use this piece somewhere. No, this one is not going to work. So all I'm going to do now is actually glue it down. The way I'm going to do that, take this piece part off, take this one out, and then I'm going to use my glue and not really move these too much. Enough glue to glue the tops down. I'm going to add some script to the edge of that because I don't love the straight edge when I look at that. So put this one down. Sometimes I get it the way I really like it, and then I end up having to adjust things around. So put that one in place. Okay, yep, I think that's probably what we're going to do. And I'm just going to glue this. Okay, there you go. Oops. Still needs a little minute to dry. I don't want to glue this part down. Give it just a second. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I so appreciate it. Please like or comment, subscribe. Thank you.